In this podcast episode, the host interviews Dr. Shannon Ritchey, a physical therapist and founder of the fitness platform Evo Fitness. Their discussion centers on demystifying common fitness myths and sharing science-backed advice for effective muscle growth, sustainable fat loss, and overall health improvement. Dr. Ritchie provides practical strategies for strength training, nutrition, recovery, and mindset that challenge conventional fitness beliefs, emphasizing consistency, individualized exercise selection, and understanding the body's signals. Dr. Ritchie emphasizes the critical importance of the concept of reps, specifically training to failure or within 1 to 3 reps shy of failure on every set. Muscle growth requires pushing the muscles to true muscular failure, where you cannot complete another rep despite maximum effort. She distinguishes muscle fatigue, feeling tired or shaky, from failure, explaining that fatigue alone does not stimulate muscle hypertrophy effectively. The rest test is presented as a practical tool to identify whether one has reached true failure by resting briefly between reps to test strength reserve. Rep ranges between 4 and 30 can all induce similar muscle gains as long as the effort approaches failure. Importantly, stopping sets early due to discomfort or boredom limits progress. This approach removes the obsession with achieving arbitrary rep counts and focuses on proximity to failure as the key driver of muscle adaptation. Choosing the right exercises greatly impacts workout effectiveness. Dr. Ritchie advises isolating one muscle group per exercise rather than combining upper and lower body in a single movement, as this allows clearer signaling of muscular limits. She encourages picking exercises that feel good and enjoyable, since this improves consistency and the ability to train closer to failure. Variety is encouraged, and there's no single mandatory exercise. Individual anatomy, comfort, and preferences guide exercise choice. Regarding programming, working each muscle group about twice per week on non-consecutive days allows optimal recovery and better muscle growth. Splitting workouts into 3 to 5 sessions per week with proper rest between sessions is ideal to sustain stimulus and recovery balance. Protein intake is underscored as essential for muscle repair and growth. The general guideline Dr. Ritchie shares is between 0.75 and 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight daily. She shares personal experience that increasing protein intake led to noticeable muscle gain, but cautions about calorie surplus that often accompanies higher protein consumption, potentially causing unwanted fat gain. Therefore, nutrition needs to align with one's specific goals, whether muscle building, fat loss, or recomposition. For many, especially plant-based eaters, achieving high protein targets without excessive calories can be challenging due to digestibility and satiety issues. Strength training stimulus is always the primary factor for muscle growth, with protein optimizing the process. Sustainable, personalized nutrition tracking helps find the balance between fueling muscle gains and avoiding excessive fat accumulation. Recovery is a critical and often overlooked aspect of fitness. Dr. Ritchie debunks the widespread myth that constant pain or extreme effort, no pain, no gain, is necessary or effective. Workouts that are too intense without adequate rest lead to burnout, injury, and hormonal disturbances, which hinder progress long-term. Recovery days, active or complete, are essential to allow the body to repair and adapt. Muscle soreness is not a reliable indicator of a successful workout or muscle growth. Light to moderate soreness is preferable to intense, persistent soreness. Adequate sleep and managing volume based on recovery capacity are key. She explains that especially larger muscle groups like quads and glutes tend to feel more soreness due to fascial sensitivity, but chronic soreness signals overtraining. Adopting a gentle consistency approach, balancing effort with rest, yields better physical results and mental well-being. Dr. Ritchie challenges the entrenched belief that extensive cardio is the best or necessary method for weight loss. Although cardio burns calories, the body compensates by reducing energy expenditure elsewhere, and appetite often increases, negating fat loss effects. Studies show that adding cardio without nutritional changes produces minimal fat loss over long periods. Instead, she recommends separating exercise from fat loss goals and prioritizing nutrition combined with strength training. Strength training preserves lean muscle mass during weight loss, a critical factor because muscle loss often accompanies calorie deficits if not carefully managed. Sustainable fat loss comes from slight calorie deficits paired with muscle-maintaining workouts rather than excessive cardio or workouts aimed at burning calories. The concept of body recomposition, simultaneously building muscle while losing fat, is highlighted as a realistic and sustainable goal. Dr. Ritchie discusses how it requires thoughtful strength training, sufficient protein, and a slight calorie deficit or maintenance, paired with some cardio without overemphasis. She stresses that results take time and consistency, often 8 to 12 weeks before visible muscle growth occurs. Personalization is crucial. Workouts and diets need to align with individual preferences, lifestyle, and body responses. Tracking food intake, at least temporarily, helps provide clarity and avoid unintentional calorie surplus or deficit swings. The importance of enjoying chosen exercises and respecting one's recovery capacity is also emphasized, especially for those managing busy or stressful lives. Throughout the conversation, Dr. Ritchie dispels popular myths that working out daily at high intensity is necessary, that women lifting heavy weights will become bulky quickly, that running inevitably ruins knees, and that fat loss can be spot-targeted with exercises. She highlights that consistent, moderate-intensity training with rest days is optimal. Muscle buildup takes months and years, not quick, bulky transformations, and running is safe if progressed properly without overuse. Fat loss happens systemically, so spot reduction efforts through specific exercises are misleading and ineffective. Rejecting these myths encourages healthier mindsets, better adherence, and realistic expectations. A recurring theme is the importance of mindset in fitness success. Dr. Ritchie shares her personal journey of shifting from obsessive calorie tracking, daily intense workouts, and guilt to a balanced, evidence-based approach focused on stimulus, recovery, enjoyment, and education. This mindset shift improves physical results and psychological well-being by reducing burnout, shame, and frustration. She emphasizes patience, stating that muscle growth takes weeks and months, not days, and warns against the short-lived gains of fitness challenges and extreme approaches. Embracing gradual progress with gentle consistency is key to lifelong health and fitness. In a unique insight beyond typical fitness discussions, Dr. Ritchie highlights how often neglected areas, such as feet and eyes, impact movement quality and posture. Feet are the foundational platform influencing the knees, hips, and spine. Tight shoes and socks limit neuromuscular connection, which can be restored with exercises that isolate toe movement and foot mobility. Similarly, eye training helps provide the nervous system with better environmental information, reducing muscle tension, improving posture, and decreasing neck pain and headaches. Strength training overall contributes significantly to good posture, but it must be combined with awareness of these subtle but impactful factors and regular movement throughout the day. Dr. Ritchie recommends simple movement breaks during the day, especially for sedentary individuals, to counteract postural stress from prolonged sitting and device use. A suggested 3-minute routine includes jumping jacks, joint circles, feet, hips, shoulders, and diaphragmatic breathwork. The breathing technique involves mindful ribcage expansion and relaxed exhalation to reset the nervous system and improve overall calm. These approachable practices support better posture, reduce tension, and promote awareness, which enhances workout effectiveness and daily well-being. Dr. Ritchie mentions her Evo fitness platform, offering guided, follow-along classes taught by physical therapists. The platform focuses on educating users about effective muscle-building techniques, providing options for exercise modification, and structuring workouts around the principles discussed in the interview. Classes are time-efficient, typically around 35 minutes, designed for consistency and sustainability. She offers 6 weeks free access to the show's listeners to experience this science-driven approach firsthand. In the closing segment, Dr. Ritchie shares her best advice, taking personal responsibility for change, and calls "no pain, no gain" the worst advice. She wishes she had started building muscle earlier, values the freedom from obsessing over calorie burn on her fitness watch, advocates for tracking nutrition and overall activity with reasonable metrics, and hopes for a world where people give others the benefit of the doubt, recognizing unseen challenges everyone faces.